Here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Through the years, you've always been there for each other. From the quiet moments.
Honey, do you want some tea?
No, I don't have to pee. Don't ask me that.
The heart of every home is the kitchen. Let Midland Marble and Granite design and install a kitchen that will last for every stage in life, from babies to grandbabies and beyond. Get your dream kitchen now with custom crafted quartz and granite countertops from Midland Marble and Granite.
Midland Marble and Granite, naturally.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Good evening from beautiful Shawnee, Kansas. We are at Jaguar Stadium, and we're minutes away from a great battle between the Jaguars of Mill Valley and the visiting Bison of Shawnee Mission North. I'm Sean Brewer, joined with Jeff Broadman up in the Bird's Nest. We'll do our very best to bring you the action tonight here on a10varsity.com. Appreciate you joining us. As we see on the field, the Mill Valley Marching Band, Pride of Mill Valley. As we're moments away from the national anthem, we'll break away for a minute, and we'll be right back with the kickoff right here on a10varsity.com.
No matter what your goals are, competing at the next level, participating in a local 5K, or leading your team to state, the Sports Medicine Center at Children's Mercy is here to provide comprehensive 360-degree care for student athletes. Performance training, injury prevention, rehab services, nutrition, mental wellness, surgery, and more. It's not just about the next goal or the one after that. It's about supporting a lifetime of sport and helping every student athlete play healthy.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Fall is upon us, and so is the time to tune up that furnace. Don't miss the $49 special from Neil Harris Heating Service Experts. That's right, get your system tuned up for just $49, and you don't even have to be a Service Experts Advantage program member. Call 816-629-5343. That's 816-629-5343. Or schedule online at any time at neilharrisserviceexperts.com. That's neilharrisserviceexperts.com. And get ready for winter today.
Don't trust the biggest investment of your life to a part-time real estate agent. Trust the #1 real estate team in Kansas and Missouri, the Rob Ellerman team at Reese Nichols. With over 90 agents and 5 offices across the metro, they'll match you up with the perfect agent to get you moving with confidence. They cover the entire metro area, from Lee Summit to the Northland to Johnson County. They also have offices in Des Moines and Springfield, Missouri, and Destin, Florida if you know of someone looking to move. The Rob Ellerman team truly is your real estate resource. Call anytime at 816-304-4434 or visit therobellermanteam.com. The Rob Ellerman team, a proud supporter of Kansas City Metro High School athletics.
Through the years, you've always been there for each other. From the quiet moments,
Honey, do you want some tea?
No, I don't have to pee. Don't ask me that.
the heart of every home is the kitchen. Let Midland Marble and Granite design and install a kitchen that will last for every stage in life, from babies to grandbabies and beyond. Get your dream kitchen now with custom crafted quartz and granite countertops from Midland Marble and Granite.
Midland Marble and Granite, naturally.
Kickoff is bubbled around the 10-yard line. Takes it all the way out to the 15, where he's going to be stood up. That was Angelo Vitrez on the return. Going to be 1st and 10 Bison from their own, 15-yard line. $14-0 is your score. 4:48 left to play in the first quarter. Jaguars took all of about 16 seconds to put their first 7 on the board behind Hayden J to Sean Allierhagen crossing routes. Nice pitch and catch there. Bison now on their second drive of the evening. Better nose, or beg your pardon, Jacob Needham scrambles out to the right side. Overly, number 81, Logan Overly on the reception out of the fullback position. A little spider 2Y banana pass to the fullback there. 4:42 left to play here in the first. 2nd and about 6 for the Bison. Single receiver to the near, single to the far. 2 tight ends set. Jaguars showing blitz. They came and sealed up that middle as they've done so many times. Total plus yardage so far this evening for the Bison. 7 total yards. First drive started to, or at least attempted to go up to the middle. Nothing doing there. Trying to open it up on this drive just a little bit, but they've got a 3rd and long. Need to get all the way out to the 25-yard line for a first down. Another twin tight end set. Under trouble, his nose, and they got him down. Aiden Jacobs led the charge of Jaguars, and they pulled him down around the 10-yard line. So just as fast as the Bison have made a few positive yards, just like that, they have lost. Now a total of -1 offensive yards on the game at 3:35 left to play in the first, and they will be forced to punt again. Jacob Needham's going to be standing at his own goal. In fact, he's about a half a yard into his own end zone. Didn't get a great punt off last time. They're bringing the pressure on the Jaguars. He does just get it off. Not a great punt, but a nice little roll. Going to roll out around the 34-yard line of the Bison. And for the 3rd consecutive drive, these Jaguars are going to have absolutely fantastic field position. Have a chance to extend their lead. Currently up 14-0 at pie time in the first quarter. 3:14 left to play. So far on the evening, Hayden J is a perfect 5 of 5 for 71 yards through the air. 71 total yards have been all through the air. And for the first time, Reese Kennedy's got the handoff, goes over to the left side, gains around 6 on the play. It'll be about 2nd and 4 for the Jaguars. 2:52, 2:51. Clock's running here in the first. Ball spotted at the 28-yard line of the Bison. Hayden Jay out of the pistol. Kennedy to his left. Twin receivers to the near side. Hayden Jay, quick throw over the middle. And he's got Hagen once again at the 5, in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Mill Valley. Hayden Jay for the second time tonight. Just showing Hagen puts the Jaguars up 20-0 with 2:33 left to play in the first quarter. Sean Hagen, all he does tonight is catch touchdowns. He made that look easy, and make no mistake, that wasn't exactly an easy run after the catch. Hagen pulled a couple of Bison defenders with him, just like he did on his first touchdown, to start the scoring here at Jaguar Stadium. Jesse Woods' kick is up, and it is good. And just like that, blackjack time, 21-0, Mill Valley over the visiting Bison of Shawnee Mission North. We'll be right back here on 810varsity.com.
Through the years, you've always been there for each other. From the quiet moments.
Honey, do you want some tea?
No, I don't have to pee. Don't ask me that.
The heart of every home is the kitchen. Let Midland Marble and Granite design and install a kitchen that will last for every stage in life, from babies to grandbabies and beyond. Get your dream kitchen now with custom crafted quartz and granite countertops from Midland Marble and Granite.
Midland Marble and Granite, naturally.
.233 left to play here in the first quarter. 21-0 is your score. Two-time defending state champ Mill Valley Jaguars having their way with the Bison early in this contest. It's a beautiful evening here in western Shawnee, Kansas. Lingard's kickoff. Going to be taken around the 7-yard line for the Bison. Out to the 15. Swivels around. Gets it all the way out to the 24-yard line. And at the 24-yard line, this will be the best starting position that the Bison have had this evening. 2:27 mark left in the first quarter. 1st and 10 Bison. See if they do anything a little bit different with their formation. Behind that big two, averaging over 250 pounds. A lineman there. It's a lot of Bison meat. Holtzclaw, Galindo, Lopez, States, and Davis. Needham under center. Two tight end sets, single back. Little trap play. That's a quarterback keeper. And the Jaguars say that there was a fumble. No indication by the officials. I think they might have thought it came out possibly after the runner was down. But nonetheless, there is absolutely no gain on that play. Going to bring up 2nd and 10 once again for the Bison. Less than 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. 21-0 is your score. Mill Valley over Shawnee Mission North. 2nd and 10 for the Bison. And quarterback Jacob Needham is going to kick a late pitch. And it does. Needham tried to get rid of that ball, but Peyton Douglas come out of nowhere. And while that was a fantastic play by Peyton Douglas, it's also a heads-up play by Jacob Needham not to make that pitch, because that could have been trouble with some collapsing Jaguars. about a step away from that pitch. Well, for the Bison now, they're moving the wrong way. -2 yards on this drive. Going to be 3rd and 12. Ball spotted at the 22-yard line of the Bison. Twin tight end set again. Trying to go up the middle. There's nothing there. Stood him up, pushing back behind Aiden Jacobs, Cody Moore, and in the entire Jaguar defense. There's just nowhere to go on that interior line. And the Bison, once again, are forced to punt. Needham is going to be planted right around his own 6-yard line, 6 yards farther out than he was on his last punt. Kendrick Jones, Dylan Massey back. Once again, spotted at their own 45-yard line as they wait the punt. Here comes the rush, just gets it away. Kendrick Jones is going to field it. He's at the 40. Little shake and bake right there, but he's pushed back, and he's going to be marked down right there at the 40. Maybe forward progress to the 41. Jaguars are going to have it 1st and 10 with 5 seconds left to play here in the first quarter, and Mill Valley leading 21-0. 154 total yards of offense so far for Mill Valley. And doing some rough math without taking off my shoes, about 97% of it, I believe, has been through the air. Jay takes it, hands it off to Reese Kennedy's past midfield, and he gets into Bison territory before he's brought down around the 40-yard line of the Bison. And that's going to do it for first quarter action here. Mill Valley 21, Shawnee Mission North 0, right here on a10varsity.com.
No matter what your goals are, competing at the next level, participating in a local 5K, or leading your team to state, the Sports Medicine Center at Children's Mercy is here to provide comprehensive 360-degree care for student athletes. Performance training, injury prevention, rehab services, nutrition, mental wellness, surgery, and more. It's not just about the next goal or the one after that. It's about supporting a lifetime of sport and helping every student athlete play healthy.
4th down now for the Bison. Once again, and on to punt is Jacob Needham. Every punt that he's had gets a little bit longer each time. A little high snap and just gets it off in time. Kendrick Jones fields it at the 32. A little shake and bake to the 40, 45, and just shy of the 50-yard line. He's pushed out by number 81, Logan Overly for the Bison. Saves a bigger run than Jones had on that return. 9:53 left to play here in the second quarter. 21-0 is your score. Jaguars still leading the Bison. Jaguars setting up shop once again, 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. Aiden J out of the pistol. Reese Kennedy's to his right. Twin receivers to the far. Aiden J drops back. He's got a receiver. That's Jones over the middle. Makes the catch, pulls it down. 1st down and then a little bit more all the way down to the 22-yard line to the Bison. Hayden J with one of his favorite targets, Kendrick Jones, and how can you miss him? All of about 6 foot, who knows what, at least 5, like a streaking gazelle down the middle of the field. It looks like Coach Walter wants a timeout with 9:34 left to play here in the second quarter, and his team down 21 points to the 2-time defending state champion Mill Valley Jaguars. And we'll be right back after this.
Through the years, you've always been there for each other. From the quiet moments.
Honey, do you want some tea?
No, I don't have to pee. Don't ask me that.
The heart of every home is the kitchen. Let Midland Marble and Granite design and install a kitchen that will last for every stage in life, from babies to grandbabies and beyond. Get your dream kitchen now with custom crafted quartz and granite countertops from Midland Marble and Granite.
Midland Marble and Granite, naturally.
9:34 left to play in the first half. 21-0 is your score. Jaguars following a great pitch and catch between Aiden J and Kendrick Jones, having 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line of the Bison. Aiden J hands off to Kennedy. Wiggles around to the left side. Gains maybe 4 or 5 on that run. Bring up a manageable 2nd and about 6 for the Jaguars. Aiden Jacobs, Sean Allerhagen trading places. Another handoff, this time to Reese Kennedy. And Kennedy gets it out beyond the 1st down marker. And as we've seen so many times this season, when Reese Kennedy finds a little bit of opening on the right-hand side, he turns a little bit of nothing into something. 3 receivers here on the near side, 1 on the far, single back set. Aiden J takes the snap, hands it off to Kennedy once again, and he has stood up. Bison defense was ready for that play. No gain, might have lost one on that carry. 8:50, 8:49 left to play here in the second. Aiden J and Reese Kennedy in the backfield. Aiden J keeps it, rolls out to the right. He's got a receiver on the right. Sean Allerhagen once again dives to the goal line. They're going to say that he was just shy of getting in, and his potential 3rd touchdown of the night. But it's going to be 1st and goal from about the half-yard line for the Jaguars at the 8:17 mark left to play here in the second quarter. Aiden J out of the pistol. He's got Jacobs to his left. He's going to keep it himself, and he's in there for the touchdown. Hayden J with a 1/2-yard run to the left side and into the end zone for another Mill Valley touchdown. They say you take what the defense gives you, And on that play right there, it was pretty easy for Hayden Jay. I think he went into the end zone untouched from the half-yard out to extend the Mill Valley lead to 27-0, pending Jesse Wood's extra point attempt here. It is up and it is good, and just like that, Mill Valley with a 28-point lead over the Bison. We're going to be right back here on eatonvarsity.com.
Fall is upon us, and so is the time to tune up that furnace. Don't miss the $49 special from Neil Harris Heating Service Experts. That's right, get your system tuned up for just $49, and you don't even have to be a Service Experts Advantage program member. Call 816-629-5343. That's 816-629-5343. Or schedule online at any time at neilharrisserviceexperts.com. That's neilharrisserviceexperts.com. And get ready for winter today.
.805 left to play here in the first half. 28-0 is your score. The two-time defending state champion Mill Valley Jaguars having their way with the Bison of Shawnee Mission North. The way of Wingard's kickoff. It's had a pretty active night so far. Kind of a little chip kick. It's going to be fielded around the 9-yard line. Gets it out to the 15 and no more. Might have got it out to the 16, and that's where the Bison are going to set up shop again here. Have about 8 minutes to play here in the second quarter, and the Bison desperate to get some points on the board. We'll see if they elect to try to run up the middle anymore. We have a net gain of running up the middle of negative 14 yards. Total yards after that last series by the Bison gets them back to neutral. Have a total of 0 offensive yards in this contest, and we're well into the second quarter of this matchup. 1st and 10 Bison. Under center is Knowles, and he trips. Well, just as I say, he was tripped up. He didn't trip up himself. That looked like number 45. That was Truman Griffith that got in there. Reaches his big paw in there and gets it just enough to trip up the quarterback, Jacob Needham. And he falls back, loses about 4 yards on that play. It's going to be 2nd and 14. Ball spotted at around the 8-yard line, or I beg your pardon, around the 13-yard line, +5. Clock's running, 7:22 left in the first half. Same set. Little option play on the turf, tries to get out of the end zone. Not sure if they're going to say he was out of the end zone. Looks like they're going to say he was at the 1-foot line, despite the light show that we're seeing here at Jaguar Stadium. They're going to have to hold off on the celebration, at least for another play, because the Bison got a little reprieve there. They're going to spot the ball just outside the end zone at about the 2-foot mark. But it is 3rd down and a mile for these Bison. Trying to get something going, a little trap, and I think for the first time this evening, that trap netted them a positive 3 yards on that carry. And once again, the punt team comes on for the Bison with 6:10, 6:09 left to play here in the second quarter. And right now, Jacob Needham, he's going to be planting his heels just inside the back of the end zone, his own end zone. As the official comes over and reminds him how close he is, I'm pretty sure that Mr. Needham is acutely aware of exactly where he is on the field. Clean snap, gets it away. Nice high punt. It's going to bounce, and it's going to take a Mill Valley bounce. Now it's going to take a Bison roll. We're going to mark it down around the 31-yard line of the Bison, and that's where Mill Valley's going to have another shot at it. Kind of the tale of the last two games for Mill Valley. Field position has really done them well. Last week against Olathe East down at Seaback. Took Olathe East until the second half to have starting field position in Mill Valley territory. And credit to that Jaguar defense. 1st and 10, Mill Valley. Hayden Jay hands it off to Kennedy over to the right side. Kennedy down to the 20, pushed down. He's going to fall down around the 15-yard line, but not before getting another Mill Valley first down. 5:24 left to play here, moving the sticks once again. And these Jaguars are not backing down. They're going for more. Twin receivers to the near. Single back set again. It's handoff to Kennedy. Oh, beg your pardon. Hey, Jay's going to keep it. And he's going to get about 8 tough yards right over the left side. Going to make it just shy of the first down marker. Maybe about 2nd and 2, 2nd and 1. Clock's running, 4:45 now, left to play in the second. Kendrick Jones on the far side, Aiden Jacobs on the near, Reese Kennedy, single back set. 2 tight end set, kind of a running formation here. Hand off to Kennedy, follows his blocker. Gets it down to the 5-yard line. They're going to move the sticks. That's going to mean 1st and goal for the Jaguars. Ball is at the 6-yard line. So 6 yards separates the Jaguars. And going up, potentially 35 points. And Jones on the far side, or I beg your pardon, I believe that was Aiden Jacobs. No, it was Kendrick Jones out there. It was a play that we saw executed very well last week against Olathe East. This time on the opposite end of the field. Mill Valley moving from south to north here, right to left on your screen. Little personnel shift. The 2nd down. Goal to go for the Jaguars from the 6-yard line. Reese Kennedy to the right. 2 receivers to the right side. Man in motion is Jones. Jones takes the handoff, tries to get out on the outside, stiff arms the defender, dives for the pylon. They're going to say that he got in. He did. Kendrick Jones from 6 yards out takes the handoff, and he angles perfectly into the end zone, dives at the pylon, and he just gets it in. And another 6 points on the board for the Jaguars, making it 34-0 with less than 4 minutes to play here in the second quarter at Mill Valley High School, Jaguar Stadium. Pinning the extra point by Jesse Wood. Hayden Jay on the hold. Snap is down, clean kick up, and it is good. 3:59 left to play. 35-0 is your score. Mill Valley just having their way with the Bison. Looking at some first quarter and into second quarter stats. And after that last drive for Shawnee Mission, we talked about how they had broken even. They had gotten back to the 0 net yard mark. But after that last drive, they're now -14 on the evening. Despite having an advantage of almost 7 minutes in time of possession, the Bison have held the ball for 12 minutes and 25 seconds. Mill Valley's only had it for 5:48. They have 16. We hear some fans of number 44 right below us here. I believe that's Aiden Schaefer and his friends and family contingent down here. Big supporters of Jaguar football. $35-0 is your score. Wingert back on for his 5th kickoff here in the first half. Another good kick, going to be fielded just inside the 10 for the Bison. Out to the 20, and he is met by a Jaguar. I believe that was number 1. That was Blake Boatwright. Cast and all, getting it done. You can see that cast a mile away. And the Bison, 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line, down by 35 points with 3:54 left to play here in the second quarter. The Bison heavies, skill position players step back onto the field. Let's see what they try to do. It looks like they're going to be the same formation. Needham's going to be under center. Once again, two tight ends, easy for me to say. Single receiver to the left side. And, you know, at the 3:44 mark here left in the second quarter, if you're looking for a little optimism on the sideline for the Bison, I guess you could say that run up the middle netted them 2 yards as opposed to no yards. So I guess if you look at it that way, they are making a little bit of progress. But in order to get some points on the board, they're going to have to do a heck of a lot more than that. Sure, some of the strategy certainly is to keep the offense of the Jaguars off the field, but even with having it for less than 6 minutes, put up 35 points, pass out to the left side, knocked away. Ben Fitterer comes in, like John Anderson did on the other side of the field, came in and stepped right between the quarterback and his receiver. The big receiver on the near side. That was Eric, or I beg your pardon, Kewan Blake. And he goes to the sideline to get some instruction from Coach Walter. 3:08 after that incomplete pass. Man in motion, and there is nobody home. Needham was under pressure by half of the Jaguar roster on that play. And all he saw were big boys coming at him, and he did everything that he could just to get rid of that ball. And he did accomplish that. Unfortunately for the Bison, there was no one there to haul it in. And now at the 3:03 mark left in the second quarter, the Bison once again are in punt formation. Ball's going to be snapped in the 23, standing at his own 10 is Needham. Gets it off, and the Jaguars have come extremely close to blocking one here. Little scrum on the 30-yard line, but good sportsmanship there by both opposing players. 2:56 left to play here in the first half. 35-0 is your score. That is Mill Valley with the 35. Bison with 0. And Mill Valley on the prowl once again, 1st and 10. They're going to start from their own 44, 45, almost 45-yard line. All right, 44 we'll call it. Twin receivers to the far. Single back set. Napoli in the slot. Haven't seen much out of Napoli yet this evening, but I'm sure we will. Hand off. Tristan Shaken Baker with the carry. Gains of about 6 tough yards. Right behind the left guard. That was Jack Melvin and Ryan Fulcher on that left side, clearing the way for Tristan Shank and Baker. 2:29. 2nd and 4. Hayden Jay wants to hit Jones on the right side. He's got him. Kendrick Jones with a huge play. Reception down the right side, all the way down to the 23-yard line of the Bison. 1st and 10 Jaguars. And prior to that pass, Hayden Jay was just shy of 200-yard passing in the first half. And that certainly is going to put him beyond 200 yards at the 2:05 mark. Left to play in the second quarter. Jay hands off the right side. There's Baker. And flags coming in. Baker with a good, tough run, but that one might be coming back. Usually when they throw a flag in that area, it's probably going to be a hold. We'll see what the call is. Looks like the Jaguars already are resolved to know what that call is. And indeed, it is a hold. Going to push the Jaguars back just a little bit. Still going to be first down, but depending on where that spot occurred, it's going to be first and about 20 for most teams. That would be quite a daunting task, but for Mill Valley, we get 20 yards on an average play. Hayden Jay hands it off to Baker. Baker, a short gain, about 3 yards to the right side. Mason Kemp doing a good job on the offensive line for the Jaguars, clearing the way. Blake Nice as well. Just under a minute and a half left to play in the second. 35-0 is your score here at Jaguar Stadium. Empty backfield. 3 receivers to the near, 1 to the far. Kendrick Jones. And he lowers his shoulder into the defender for the Bison. That was Angelo Batres. And Kendrick Jones wasn't satisfied with a nice 15-yard pickup. He would have had lowered that shoulder to try to get a little bit more yardage at the expense of Angelo Batres. Going to make it 3rd and 6 for the Jaguars. Picked up 14 yards. How's that for math? 14 yards in 2 plays, trying to get 6 more, but you kind of got to think with 1:04 left into the red zone now that this is going to be 4-down territory regardless. Hayden Jay fakes a handoff. As a receiver on the right side, once again, it's Jones. And Jones is pushed out of bounds just shy of the 5-yard line. And that's going to move the sticks, and we're going to have another 1st and goal for the Jaguars at the 1:04 left in the second quarter mark and leading 35-0. And the Jaguars just imposing their will. And they're able to do pretty much whatever it is that they want to do. Hayden Jay with Tristan Baker to his right. It is Baker that's getting the handoff. And Baker stood up just at the line of scrimmage. Goes into your line to kind of collapse there. And Baker with no gain. 2nd and goal now. Clock's a ticking, 44 seconds left. See what Coach Appleby and company decide to do. I imagine they're going to try to milk as much of this clock, confident in their ability to score. Most people that are here in attendance at Mill Valley High School, and those of you watching and listening on A10 Varsity will probably agree. Tristan Baker gets it. All right, Baker pardon. It's Hayden Jay who's going to keep it. Lower his shoulder, dive into the end zone. Hayden Jay, touchdown, Mill Valley. Now here come the lights. 41-0 with 21 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Jaguars over the Bison, pinning the extra point here by Jesse Wood, trying to go up 42. Pick is up, and it is good. 21 seconds left to play here in the first half in Jaguar Stadium. 42-0 is your score. And there's not much you can say. Negative 11 yards so far of total offense for the Bison. Over 330 total offensive yards so far for Mill Valley. And as we mentioned earlier, time of possession kind of started to get a little bit closer on that last drive for Mill Valley because he tried to milk the clock, but the Bison have held the ball for nearly 14 minutes 17 minutes in this contest. Mill Valley about 13. Reese Kennedy leading all rushers, 58 yards on 10 attempts. Hayden Jay getting it done through the air and on the ground. Wingert for the 7th time. I guess it'd be 6th time. Bison are able to get it out to the 23-yard line. Blake Boatwright in there with his pink cast. See a lot of pink in the stands this evening. Pink out night. Everybody wearing their Bully Orthodontics t-shirts. We do annually here, support a good cause. 16 seconds the Bison have to do something. 42-0. Mill Valley up over these Bison who have the ball first through 10 from their own 24-yard line. Lead them under center. Another handoff to the up back with 10-9-8. Looks like that's going to be the final play of the first half. And your halftime score here in Shawnee, 42-0. Mill Valley over the Bison of Shawnee Mission North. We're going to be back here in about 10 minutes. We're going to work on a couple of audio issues. Appreciate your patience as we do that. We've got some people from the truck coming up here to rework some wires, and we should be back in business here in about 15 minutes, right here on 18varsity.com.
Through the years, you've always been there for each other. From the quiet moments.
Honey, do you want some tea?
No, I don't have to pee. Don't.
Fall is upon us, and so is the time to tune up that furnace. Don't miss the $49 special from Neil Harris Heating Service Experts. That's right, get your system tuned up for just $49, and you don't even have to be a Service Experts Advantage program member. Call 816-629-5343. That's 816-629-5343. Or schedule online at any time at neilharrisserviceexperts.com. That's neilharrisserviceexperts.com.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
And Reese Kennedy finds the end zone after the big interception by Jason Smith. Jason Smith, the big 6', 178 senior, getting it done for the defense. Woods' extra point attempt is up, and it is good. So at the 10:57 mark, Mill Valley 48, Shawnee Mission North 0, right here on a10varsity.com.
My cord.
.48-0's your score here at Mill Valley High School. 10:57 left to play here in the third quarter as we wait Ryan Wingert's. Let's see, what would that be, Jeff Brogdon? How many times has Mr. Wingert kicked off today?
Oh my goodness, there's going to be 7 plus a kickoff, an initial kickoff. This will be the 8. This will be the 8.
So certainly his leg's going to need an ice bath later tonight or in the morning. Back deep for the Bison. They got a couple of them now. They've been rotating them a little bit throughout the evening, and this one's going to be number 6. That is Jason Culp on the return. And the Bison once again deep in their own territory. They haven't had field position across, or starting field position rather, across the 50-yard line this evening. Looking at first half stats, they finished the first half, and then, of course, the first series in the second half didn't help, but currently they are negative 14 yards of offense. Mill Valley, on the other hand, 330. Most of that through the air on the arm of Hayden Jay. 1st and 10 Bison from their own 25-yard line. Another trap up the middle, and like so many times before it, no gain. You've got Cody Moore and Aiden Schaefer and Spencer Vaca, and so many of those big Jaguars right at the middle. Sort of like banging your head against the wall and hoping that somehow that it's not going to hurt after about the 28th time. 15 seconds on the play clock. Bison are in no big hurry. 9:31 on the game clock. Twin receivers to the near side. Handoff, little misdirection handoff up the middle. And would you believe it, no gain on the play. You know what? I think we're going to give him a gain of 1 on that one. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9.5. Ball needs to get out to the 34-yard line for the Bison to reset and have a first down. Two turnovers total, 1 on each team. A couple of fumble and interception and a fumble. This interception that started the second half led to another 7 points for the Jaguars. They're down and a lot for the Bison. Trying to get it by going up the middle, and it's not there. It's going to bring up 4th down. And on comes the punt team. And Jacob Needham doing triple duty here. On special teams, doing a great job of punting. And as we mentioned in the first half, Jaguars have come awful close about, 7 times to getting a block. Let's see how close they get this time, as Needham is going to plant his feet at around the 13-yard line. Clean snap, gets it away. Best punt of the evening for Needham. And all the way back and around the 40-yard line, And Mill Valley kind of muffed that punt, but was able to recover it nicely. I believe that was Dylan Massey doing a great job of falling back on top of it. And we are now in a running clock situation, 7:35-34 left to play here in the third quarter, with Mill Valley holding on to a 48-point lead over Shawnee Mission North, 48-0. Just got word from the truck that, well, we're getting two different conflicting scores out of the Lawrence Free State and Lawrence High game, so we'll look for a little clarity on that, get that to you. Of course, implications for Mill Valley in that matchup. Mill Valley wins tonight, which looks like they probably will. Then they could do no less than a tie for first place and a Sunflower League crown. Free State and Lawrence High doing battle over at Lawrence High School tonight. Also on e10varsity.com. As we said, running clock down to 6:35 left to play. And a new quarterback into the game now for the Jaguars. That is number 10, Davian Harris. He is a 6-foot sophomore. He's got a good head on his shoulders. And the action that we've seen him so far this season, as Coach Appleby decides to rest his starting quarterback. Seems like a pretty good decision from where I'm standing. Speaking of standing, we've got Jeff Broadbent up on the bird's nest. How's the weather up there, Jeff Broadbent?
A little chilly, but we're managing. Looks like some new linemen in there, too.
Indeed there are. Harris has a receiver. That's Boatwright. And how about Blake Boatwright, cast and all, brings in that catch. Yeah, young man right there, the 6', 176 senior Blake Boatwright getting it done. This is cast, schmast. It doesn't matter. He's going to catch that ball anyway and give his Jaguars another first down as they're leading 48-0 with 5:09 left to play here in the third quarter. Davion takes the snap, hands it off to Tristan Shaken Baker, and Tristan Baker gets out beyond the 30. He's down to the 20. No one's got to catch him. That's Tristan Baker. Touchdown, Mill Valley. Tristan Shaken Baker getting it done from midfield. And I haven't heard whether or not they've checked his shoes for any sort of illegal substance, but when he gets going, I'm not sure there's anybody on this field, including myself, that's going to be able to get out there and stop him, because he's got a second gear, third gear, fourth gear that is absolutely unstoppable. Tristan Baker puts the Jaguars up 54-0. Jesse Wood on for the extra point attempt. It is up, and it is good. So 54, scratch that, 55, double nickel to 0. Your Jaguars of Mill Valley over the Bison of Shawnee Mission North. As we talked about a little bit in the pregame, for those of you that are able to hear it, besides us here in the press box, Coach Andy Walter of the Bison took over this program last year, started out in the year of COVID. He's got a little rebuilding project going over there, but you can sense the excitement in his players. Had a chance to visit with him throughout the week a couple of times, and again before the game, and he knows that the progress is being made despite the record. They've been in more close games than they have in quite some time. Just 1-6 on the season, and most likely going to fall to 1-7. But this is a program that is absolutely on the rise. They've got a great coaching staff over there on the far side, and they care about their players. And so I talked to him a little bit earlier. I said, who are some of the players that maybe don't get a lot of the attention or the recognition? And the first player that he shared with me is Spencer Davis. And Spencer Davis, he's a big 6'4", 265 lineman. And as we see the return by the Bison all the way out to the 29-yard line. But Spencer Davis, for the Bison, wasn't able to attend last week's matchup due to a loss in his family. And Coach Walter didn't say, hey, I want to talk about, the star quarterback or the great defender. He wanted to talk about Spencer Davis and everything that this young man has gone through. And it's difficult to convey the emotion that he had, that he shared with me, but it's very clear that he certainly cares about his program, cares about his team, and also his coaches. He said, if you have an opportunity tonight and we do good and maybe there's a big stop, he wanted me to make sure to recognize Danny Long and Julian Parks. They're kind of the cornerstones of the defense, and yes, they've given up a couple of points tonight to the two-time defending state champion Jaguars. A few big plays, but they've got the pieces, and you can tell that they're well coached. Just need a little bit more experience, but certainly hats off to Andy Walter on the far sideline. He's got a nice thing cooking there, and I'm sure all the parents and the fans of the Bison know this already, so I'm not telling anything new, but the future is bright for this program. Third down run there for the Bison. No gain. Trying to get some positive yardage. They are still at negative territory for the offensive yardage this evening, right now at -7 yards. Mill Valley, on the other hand, is now over 400 yards of total offense, nearly 300 of it behind the arm of junior quarterback Hayden Jay. Third down now for the Bison. Third and about 10. Under center is Needham. Little option play. Pitches, late pitch, hits the turf, and it looks like the Bison are back on top of it. A great job right there by that young man to track it down. That's number 6. Number 6, and that's Jason Culp. Also does a little bit of kicking for the Bison, but great heads-up play for him to recover and get back on top of that and avoid kind of another catastrophic play for the Bison. And we are at the 2:15 mark now in the third quarter with the running clock. 55-0, still your score. And the Bison and Jacob Needham now stands at a 7-yard line as he waits a snap for the punt. Good snap. Nice punt away. Going to hit down right around midfield. It was pretty close to a couple of Mill Valley players out there. I'm sure that'll be a coachable moment for Coach Appleby and his staff. 1st and 10 Jaguars from midfield. Davian Harris, the sophomore quarterback, expected to lead his Jaguars back out on the field here. Indeed he is. The backfield, the Marion Graves. Marion Graves, 5'11", 194. That young man is an absolute truck. He gets the ball, look out, and there he is. Marion's got the ball, tries to head upfield, and might have jinxed the young man right there. He did a great job, and I think one of the things that the coach has probably told everybody is don't make a mistake, just hold on to the ball, protect the ball. That's exactly what he did. I think Marion Graves is more interested in protecting the ball on that run than he was getting positive yardage, but good effort there by the junior running back. Sully Suderman in now, the sophomore lineman for the Jaguars. Bad snap. Davian's able to get back on top of it. Davian Harris able to track that one down. Some new faces, a lot of eager and anxious Jaguars seeing some quality playing time here. Always exciting time. And as we count down the final couple of seconds here in the third quarter, we will head to the fourth. And so will the Jaguars, holding on to a 55-0 lead over the Bison of Shawnee Mission North. You're watching us here right on 810varsity.com. Back here. And a big hat tip to the great cinematography here, the one and only, the Oracle of Optical, Jeff Broadbent at Performance Glass of Linwood, Kansas, just outside of Bonner Springs. Folks, if you know somebody that's maybe in a career that not really happy with, or they're looking for a change, a new start with an absolute fantastic company, Performance Glass in Linwood, Kansas, would love to talk to you. Now there's Demarion Graves with a nice run out to the 43-yard line of the Bison. Great job by Demarion Graves. Gain of about 25 on that run. 45-yard line is where the Jaguars have it. A lot of new, as Jeff Broadbent said, a lot of new members, faces out here. Marion Graves again, showing off his curvy twist. Another first down. So this young man, Marion Graves, all he's doing is getting first downs for the Jaguars with 11:02, 11:01 running clock here in the fourth quarter. 55-0 is the score. Davian Harris, quarterback. Graves, another handout. Harris going to keep it himself. Harris out past the 30, now all the way down to the 24, 23-yard line. Nice hard run, and that's going to move the chains once again. 3 consecutive runs, 3 consecutive first downs. And the Jaguars are not content with 55. Looking to maybe push it into the 60s, which is about what we have for a temperature here. 59 degrees, according to the watch. Jeff Broadbent would agree that it's about that.
Yes, I would.
Marion Graves once again, this time to the right side. And he does not get a first down for the first time in a couple of carries. In fact, he only picked up about 8.5 yards. See that tongue-in-cheek, of course. Marion Graves, good hard runner. 5'11", 194 junior. Hope to see a lot more of him in the rest of this year and into next. Harris takes a snap. Another handoff to Graves. Graves this time goes to the left. And he barrels over a Bison defender. And there go the chains. Marion Graves with another first down. .449 total yards of offense for Mill Valley tonight. And they're not done yet. Less than 9 minutes to play here on the running clock here at Jaguar Stadium in beautiful Shawnee, Kansas. Harris going to keep it himself inside the 10 all the way down to the 6-yard line. Jaguars can pick up another first down if they get down to around the 2.5-yard line. Try to get you some of those scoring updates here shortly. Everybody's anxiously waiting to hear what's going on with the Lawrence Free State in Lawrence High game. Harris takes a snap, keeps it himself. Once again over the left side. This time he gets it just around the 5-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and short. 3rd and about 2. We said the Jaguars can get a first down. .21 seconds on the play clock, 7:48 on the game clock. And that time, Harris got swallowed up by Bison, and that might be the play of the game right there for the Bison defense. Big number 72. Who's not on our official roster, but I can assure you that he's all of about 6'4" and 300 pounds. Moves like a gazelle out there. I'm not talking about Jeff Broadbent. I'm talking about that Bison over on the far sideline.
I'm not moving much at all up here.
A couple of score updates. Platte County over Lansing, 31-30. St. James over Bishop Miege, 31-20, the defending 4A state champions. Up by 11 late in that contest. Blue Valley 35, Blue Valley Southwest 7. St. Thomas Aquinas up over Blue Valley North 28-14. Let's see the Jaguars go 4 and out, and now the defense takes the field. And the Bison with 6.5 minutes left to play here. Mill Valley High School trying to get a little bit of momentum to get some points on the board as we continue down through the scores. Last we heard, well, we have 3 more. Lawrence now leads. Lawrence Free State 19-16. 19-16. That's in fourth quarter action. Gardner Etcherton 27, Shawnee Mission West 7. Blue Valley Northwest 21, Blue Valley West 0. So we said St. Thomas Aquinas 28, Blue Valley North 14. Olathe North 28, Olathe Northwest 13. The Falcons of Olathe South 14. The Hawks of Olathe East that did battle with these Jaguars last week, 14-7. Shawnee Mission Northwest 35, Shawnee Mission South 0. Baser Linwood 20, Pittsburgh 14. Kearney and DeSoto all tied up at 21. Kearney making the trip from the Missouri side to do battle just down the road here. Down K10 and DeSoto all tied up at 21. That's in the fourth quarter. Leavenworth over Sumner 14-6. Shawnee Heights taking it to Turner 47-6. Osawatomie and Baldwin all tied up at 8 in the fourth. Piper 27, Bonner Springs 13. Also in the fourth quarter, Eudora 33, Spring Hill 7. Now that game has some major implications for this Mill Valley team. Spring Hill, before this the evening started, was the presumptive number 1 seed in Kansas Class 5A. And with them going down potentially, again, 33-7 at the hands of Eudora, and that's in the fourth quarter, that could kind of catapult Mill Valley into the number 1 seed in the East and ensure home field advantage throughout the playoffs until a potential trip down to Pittsburgh again to defend their state championship. A lot of things have to happen for this Jaguar team for that to happen, but certainly setting up very nicely for them. 4:11, 4:10 left to play in this matchup. 55-0 is your score. Mill Valley over Shawnee Mission North. So we see a lot of the underclassmen able to get some good quality snaps on each squad. Back to a couple of other scores here. I can tell you the Junction Cities over Highland Park 14-0. Derby having their way with May South 38-0. That's in the fourth. Bishop Ward and Topeka Hayden tied up at 7. That's third quarter score. Topeka Seaman 3. Washburn Rural 0. Interesting score there. Paola 13. Lewisburg 0. It's the fourth quarter score. And also in the fourth, Tonganoxie 17 and Ottawa 10. The Wildcats of Washington High and the Phoenix of Atchison scoreless. That was a halftime score. Trying to get you an update here shortly before we wrap things up here. Jaguar Stadium. A couple of scores of interest on the Missouri side. Liberty North and Blue Springs South. Liberty North's having their way 27-0. Blue Springs and Rockhurst, another one of the games featured on A10 Varsity. Rockhurst 7, Blue Springs 3. Park Hill South 51, St. Joe Central 27. The Battle of Lee Summit North 31, Lee Summit West 0. Liberty and North Kansas City all tied up at 14. There's a little bit of a surprise. Ray Peck 21, Park Hill 7, Lee Summit 42, Staley 20, and Oak Park 28, Grandview 7. Platte County 31, Lansing, Lions of Lansing 3. Hand off there right at the middle, right at the gut of the Jaguar defense. Nothing doing, and we're about to cross the 2-minute remaining mark here. This game is going to finish before the clock strikes 9. Appreciate you joining us here on A10 Varsity. So putting up with our production issues. Thankfully, we had some good help from the boys in the truck at halftime to get us back on track. Jeff Broadbent up on kind of in the crow's nest doing great work. Bundled up like a lumberjack up there. That might have been the longest play from scrimmage. My notes are correct. That was the longest play from scrimmage tonight for the Bison, and that's going to move the chains. Now they still have 3 yards to go to get into positive territory, and they've got 1 minute and 7 seconds left to get it done. Let's see what they do. I know there are no moral victories, but it certainly would help if they could get into positive territory here. Less than a minute to play. Still a lot of Jaguar faithful here. Bison fans on the far side here, Jaguar Stadium. 41 seconds. Another handoff right up the middle. No gain. Might have lost about a half a yard. And this next play setting up to be the final play of the evening here. And most likely, your final score is going to be Mill Valley 55, Shawnee Mission North 0. Mill Valley is going to move to 7-1. And as we mentioned earlier, Spring Hill is right now down big to Eudora, which would allow Mill Valley to take presumably the top spot and the top seed and home field advantage throughout the playoffs, which will start next week. This crew is going to be in Hutchinson next week, but hopefully we'll be back in a couple for another Jaguar playoff game. But that's going to do it here from Shawnee. Mill Valley 55, Shawnee Mission North 0. Offensive is the firepower of these Jaguars getting it done and taking it to the Bison. But great effort by both teams. Great effort by Jeff Broadbent up top.
Kudos to you, Sean.
That's going to do it from Shawnee. 55-0 Mill Valley over Shawnee Mission North. You've been watching and listening to A10Varsity.com.